on your year. It was a year well stuff. Okay. My name, as he says, Jeremy Thomas. I was your president in 2020, the lost year, we say. And I was asked if I'd get up, and I was given this kind of awesome responsibility. I don't know how, but to say a few words about Matthew Umanos. Matt was at GACAR for about 17 years, and I worked with him for probably about 14 on the committee level and doing a number of things. And the first thing I would say about Matt is he was professional. I was struck by his professionalism when I first met him. He was caring about his community and about others. For the years that I served with him, Matt was just, he was instrumental in working with the city and the county government and the realtors. If y'all don't know, working with us as realtors is like herding cats, and I don't know how he did it. To give you an example of his professionalism, he was on the GACAR Giving Circle committee, and after his passing, he emailed us still to remind us of a meeting that he wanted us to be at. That's how professional this guy was. I remember one of my very first kind of debates or discussions with Matt. It was early on when I first met him. It's not important what the issue was, but we started going back and forth about something political in his office, just the two of us. And he was very polite, but he kept needling me and poking me to why do you think that? What about that? What about this? And about a month later, we were in a committee meeting, and he defended the issue that we had been debating. And he was on my side of the aisle then, and I said, afterwards, I said, what are you doing, Matt? You were on the other side of the aisle just a month ago. And he said, well, you never asked my opinion, and I knew you didn't know why you thought a certain way, and you needed to know why you thought that way. And I took that. That was very serious for me, and I've always tried to go into meetings knowing why. As president during 2020, during COVID, a lot of us in leadership were doing a lot of back channeling, trying to make sure we were essential and allowed to work and function for our customers and ourselves and our livelihoods. And Matt was the one who had greased those wheels for so long that these city commissioners, the mayor's here, thank you for being here, Mayor Harvey Ward, but all these folks were willing to talk with me, Commissioner Cornell, and the reason was I think Matt. Matt, you see, liked people, and people liked him. He was able to bridge the gap between the realtors and the government, and that's a bit of a task in our area, right? At the vigil at Tom Petty Park, the night after he passed, there was something like 200 people there, and they were all just there to speak about Matt and his dog. And we were there, and there were free people from his neighborhood, realtors, people from the city and the county. There were park friends, dogs, humans that were there just hanging out, speaking about Matt. And one thing struck me. I don't know if those of you that were there, if this struck you too, but what struck me was a neighbor stood up and said, or we were all standing, but she stood out and said, you know, I never cared so much about getting to know my neighbors and being involved in the community, but Matt grabbed me when I moved in. He tried to make sure I was a part of the community, and he got me to assimilate. And now, with him being gone, I know all of my neighbors, and I'm thankful that he did that, because this is going to help me get through it. That was the power of this person. He lived by a code, acta non verba, means deeds, not words. My charge for me is to live life like Matt, and I hope to all of you the charge would be to live like Matt, deeds, not words. Actions, not lip service in your life, everything that you do. What I would just say is that all of us in here probably saw him in a committee meeting or at a public hearing or something, and we remember the words that he said. But what we really remember and what we know is that the deeds that he did and his actions changed things for us in this community. I, for one, am going to miss the person who started off as just a staff liaison and became my friend. Thank you, guys. I think now I'm supposed to introduce the former president, Dave Farrow, to introduce someone, maybe the mayor. I don't know. It's a little secret.
Good morning, fellow realtors, business partners, staff, and guests. This morning it's my honor to introduce Mayor Harvey Ward, a dedicated public servant and proud Gainesville native. Mayor Ward is a graduate of Eastside High School, of Santa Fe College, and of the University of Florida. Go Gators. He was first elected to the Gainesville City Commission in 2017 and served on the commission until he was elected mayor in November of 2022. Under the mayor's leadership, the city of Gainesville has approved partnerships that will build more than 200 affordable homes. And the city, along with institutional partners, plans to invest $40 million in East Gainesville health, transit, recreation, and economic development projects. Today we are privileged to have Mayor Ward with us as he offers a proclamation honoring the life and legacy of Matthew Umanos, whose impact on our community will never be forgotten. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Harvey Ward.
Good afternoon, everyone. It really was there's no other word than pleasure to know Matthew Umanos. He was a fixture at City Hall. He made connections in our community that are really hard to understand, the level of connecting that he did. And we see, now that he's no longer with us, people come forward, not only in your group, but a variety of other groups in his neighborhood, at City Hall and at the County Administration Building. So many places throughout our community where Matt made a difference. He was always passionate. He was what you all want, what any group should want as an advocate with your local government. Always passionate, was always professional, always respectful, and most importantly, always helpful. I miss Matt already. He was an advocate professionally at first when I got to know him in 2017, but became a friend, as Jeremy said earlier. It's anybody who knew Matt, I know you all feel the same way that we do at City Hall. We absolutely miss him. So without any further ado, let me, Dave, I'll present this to you. You want me to look at it there. City of Gainesville, Florida, Office of Mayor Harvey Ward Proclamation. Whereas public advocacy amplifies community voices, drives social changes, and influences policymaking. It raises awareness of critical issues, mobilizes collective action, and empowers marginalized groups. Advocacy fosters collaboration, builds stronger communities, and ensures accountability from our leaders. By promoting equity and justice, it creates a more informed, engaged, and inclusive society. And whereas for 17 years, Matthew Umanos, a resident of Gainesville since 2002 and a graduate of the University of Florida, worked tirelessly with the Gainesville and Alachua County Association of Realtors to advocate for policies and issues that are important to realtors, their customers, and the community in which we all live. Matt's responsibilities included issues and policies at the city, county, state, and federal level. In addition to his professional responsibilities, Matthew volunteered with a number of nonprofits and served as a director on the board of Family Promise. And whereas Matt, as GACAR's government affairs director with a servant's heart and an easygoing demeanor, excelled at building meaningful relationships with local elected officials. He was the unassuming yet constant presence at countless city and county board meetings, becoming a familiar and welcome figure in the decision-making arenas. His persistence and genuine commitment to collaboration made him a trusted partner for local leaders, facilitating conversations that brought lasting community benefits. Initially joining as a staff member at the local board of realtors, Matthew's unwavering dedication, consensus-building skills, and willingness to engage in open dialogue elevated him to the role of a bridge builder. He became a trusted advisor and dependable advocate. For many realtors, he was their first call when challenges arose. For community leaders, Matthew became the face of GACAR, a voice of reason, humility, and an ally always ready to assist. Through his loyal service, Matthew not only strengthened the association's relationships, but also left an indelible mark on our community. Now therefore, I, Harvey L. Ward Jr., by the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Gainesville, do hereby proclaim January 16th, 2025, as Matthew Umanos Day in the city of Gainesville, and invite all our neighbors to join me in celebrating. Godspeed, Matthew Umanos, rest in peace. Job well done. And witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the official seal of the city of Gainesville, Florida, this 9th day of January 2025. Thank you all for having me, and thank you for sharing that with our community.